In the genres of cosmic horror and the Cthulhu mythos, there exists a truly enigmatic and unsettling being, Hastur, the King in Yellow. This sinister figure, cloaked in mystery and contradiction, has its origins in the works of two renowned authors, Ambrose Bierce and Robert W. Chambers, before being absorbed into H.P. Lovecraft's great mythos. Today, we'll explore the mysteries of the yellow sign and the infamous play within a play, The King in Yellow. We'll examine Hastur's role in the Cthulhu mythos, and his many manifestations in fiction and popular culture, leaving an enduring legacy of cosmic dread. With his origins rooted in the works of Bierce, Chambers, and Lovecraft, Hastur emerges as a multifaceted entity, shrouded in mystery and contradictions. Some depictions portray Hastur as a sinister monarch, ruling over the dreamlike realm of Carcosa, while others perceive him as a cosmic force of madness and entropy, capable of unraveling the very fabric of reality. Among the most compelling aspects of Hastur is his ability to transcend physical space, existing as both a tangible form and an abstract force of cosmic corruption. This duality has allowed authors to explore the entity from multiple angles, each offering a unique and chilling perspective on its nature and capabilities. Our story begins with Ambrose Bierce, a celebrated American writer known for his biting wit and macabre tales. Hastur first appears in an 1891 short work entitled Hastur the Shepherd, where he is a benevolent god worshipped by shepherds. Later, in his short story, An Inhabitant of Carcosa, first published in 1886, Bierce introduces us to the strange realm of Carcosa and its peculiar denizens. Within the story's dreamlike narrative, the reader is transported to a surreal, desolate landscape, where a young man encounters the bizarre and unsettling creatures that call Carcosa home. It is here that we first encounter fleeting mentions of the mysterious Halley and the King in Yellow, setting the stage for the horrors that would later unfold in Robert W. Chambers' work. In Chambers' 1895 collection of short stories, The King in Yellow, Hastur begins to assume the mantle of a cosmic horror deity. The book's central narrative revolves around a cursed play of the same name, which drives those who read it to madness and despair. The play is a cursed artifact that corrupts the minds of those who read it, granting them glimpses of the terrifying realm of Carcosa and the twisted beings that dwell within. Chambers never reveals the full text of the play, leaving its true contents to the reader's imagination, a decision that only serves to heighten the sense of dread and uncertainty. One of the most chilling aspects of Chambers' work is the inclusion of the yellow sign, a symbol that heralds the coming of the King in Yellow. Those who encounter the sign are marked for a fate worse than death, as their minds unravel and they succumb to the corrupting influence of the entity. While Hastur was initially conceived by Bierce and further developed by Chambers, it was H.P. Lovecraft who elevated the entity to new heights of cosmic terror. Lovecraft embraced the King in Yellow as one of the dark pantheon of his vast and interconnected Cthulhu mythos. Although Hastur is heavily associated with Lovecraft, he only appears in one story, The Whisperer in Darkness. Hastur initially appears in a list of strange names, places and concepts that includes Cthulhu, Nyarlathotep, Halley and the Yellow Sign. Later in The Whisperer in the Darkness, evil men belonging to the cult of Hastur are described as enemies of the Migu, a spacefaring race from the planet of Yugoth, which we know as Pluto. It is however other Cthulhu mythos authors who have offered their own unique interpretations and expansions of Hastur's lore. These stories have served to deepen the mystery surrounding the King in Yellow, while also exploring its connections to other entities and forces within the mythos. August Derleth's The Return of Hastur explores the connections between Hastur and the other entities of the mythos, establishing him as Cthulhu's half-brother, and one of the Great Old Ones, immensely powerful priests of the outer gods and deities in their own right. Derleth's work adds another layer of complexity to the mythos, positioning Hastur as a key player in the cosmic struggle between the forces of order and chaos. Published by Chaosium in 1993, Robert M. Price collected a number of short stories in the Hastur cycle. This volume includes The Whisperer in the Darkness and The Return of Hastur, as well as Hastur the Shepherd, An Inhabitant of Carcosa, and The King in Yellow. Other mythos and mythos-adjacent authors featured in this collection include Ramsey Campbell, Lynn Carter, and Arthur Machen. These and other tales have enriched the mythos surrounding Hastur, solidifying his place as a potent and enduring force of cosmic horror. Each author's unique perspective has contributed to the entity's ever-evolving lore, ensuring that its mysteries remain as captivating as they are terrifying. Hastur's influence has transcended the boundaries of literary horror, branding his yellow sign on popular culture across various mediums. One of the most notable examples is the critically acclaimed TV series, True Detective, which wove elements of the Cthulhu Mythos, including Hastur and the Yellow Sign, into its narrative. The series' exploration of occult symbolism and cosmic horror struck a chord with audiences, igniting renewed interest in the works of Lovecraft and the entities that populate his nightmarish universe. The show's creators masterfully blended real-world locations and events with the mythological elements, creating a sense of unease and dread that lingered long after the credits rolled. Hastur's other notable TV roles include the anime Heiyo, Nyoroko-san, and an appearance as a Duke of Hell in the Amazon series Good Omens, based on the novel by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. Hastur and the King in Yellow also make appearances in video games, such as the survival horror game Identity V and roguelike Vampire Survivors. There is even a comedic take in The Baby in Yellow. Hastur also appears in the Persona series, and in the avowedly Lovecraftian The Sinking City, among others. In pen and paper role-playing games, Hastur naturally appears in the Call of Cthulhu, and also the fantasy systems Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder. From his humble beginnings in the works of Bierce and Chambers to his incorporation into the dark pantheon of the Cthulhu Mythos, Hastur has captured the imaginations of generations of readers, writers, artists, and creators alike. His influence has transcended the printed page, inspiring all manner of interpretations and adaptations in other media. Whether we encounter Hastur in the pages of an eldritch tome, witness his corrupting influence in the realms of popular culture, or experience his presence through interactive media, one thing remains certain: the King in Yellow's reign of madness and terror is far from over, and his unseen presence forever haunts the darkest corners of our collective psyche. For those who love the cosmic and existential horrors of the Cthulhu Mythos, Hastur stands as a cosmic force beyond sanity and mortal comprehension, a universal solvent of the very reality we inhabit. Hastur's ever-evolving lore and enduring legacy ensure the Yellow Sign will terrify audiences for generations to come. As we bid farewell to the King in Yellow, let us remember that the boundaries between reality and sanity-blasting horrors are ever shifting, and that the unseen forces of the cosmos ever lurk just beyond the threshold, waiting to ensnare the unwary and the fatally curious. May we tread carefully, lest we inadvertently summon what should remain forever shrouded in mystery and dread.